I usually do this in the morning, but people complaining, hey, I'm on the West Coast. I don't get up as early as you do. So I'm trying to spend some time, a little bit of time now before I go to bed. Because the people that are in bed when I'm doing it. Charity, did you get the report I did for you? Um, I did the report. I sent it to you, I think, or I had Tammy sent it to you too. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? You get it? You get it? Got it? Good. Okay. I want to get some other links in here for you guys. Are you sure? So kind of read. Oh, okay, great. So you got it. Good. Okay. Yeah, you got to beat on these people too, to get anything to help charity. Sorry. It's not easy. And that's the key too. I mean, people want to have it easy. I want to have it easy too. It would be great. But I got to educate you that it probably won't be easy. It may be, and people have got it easily and whatever. But what do you do when it's not going to be easy? And that's where the real talent comes in. Hiya, Tracy. Boy, it's been a while. I get a report. Can I get a report for Arizona? You certainly can. Look at, go up in the, just put 500 in there's a search, okay, item on top of the screen in Let's Go Help 2, and you put 500 there, and it'll take you to the page that has all our 500 reports in it. Well, there's only 50, but each report is 500 mini grants for your state. So all the states are there, and that's how to find it. And also in the chat, I just put a copy of the, what do you call it? The Monster Grant Report. Now that has like the top 10 questions and the answers to the top questions we get. So you probably have one of those or all of those questions too. So you could just download that report and get all that. And also I have there is the Meta Grant Report. That's a big sucker. So that has about 30 items I cover. Probably a lot more than that. They're just not organized as well. So that's important. Now here, I want to talk about here because I just answered a question from a member about domestic violence, and she was trying to get out of the house, and I guess it was a woman. It may not be a man. I'm in California trying to get some money to start a real estate marketing business. Mary, okay, if you start, there's two ways to do this, I think. One is go to meetup.com and start joining meetup real estate investor meetups. Now these are great because they're free, and you find other people like you that are working and trying to be a real estate investor, so they already figured out a lot of this stuff, and you get a lot of that free. So the other thing is go to the Monster Report and look for item number 3, which is about business, okay, in the Monster Report, and I put them in the beginning of the chat up there. And that will tell you how to find, how to make appointments with free business mentors. Okay, Mary Dixon, I'm in California trying to get some money to start a real estate marketing business. Yeah, well, that's the same one. Where can I get help and funding? Okay, what you want to do is not look for funding first, but look for help, because it's a little complicated, grants for that. And what's going to happen if you don't know the big system, you're going to realize you're going to waste a lot of time, and you'll never get anything, or you have to be really pretty lucky to get something, and you'll give up before you get anything. So first, what you should do on a business is go to chat.openai.com, and it's like Google. I mean, chat OpenAI. Think of it as Google. When you go to Google and put in grants to start a business, okay? So do that now, and you'll see you'll get a $500 million websites, okay? And most of those people in there will want to get money from you, or they're scam artists, or they're going to rip you off and stuff like that. You don't know a good from a bad. I don't. So I don't know. And I've been doing this for 50 years. So there's no way to tell. But if you go to chat openai.com and put grants for starting a business, then you'll see the kinds of organizations that give authentic grants for business. I mean, what really ticks me off is that that thing will do in 60 seconds what took me 48 years to figure out and have that big picture of what's going on. So this is a real breakthrough, I feel. And then what you can do too, after you put that in, and it'll say, government programs and samples, and state and local and samples, nonprofits and some, then you could you could just ask it another question. Well, for local, state and government, give me some examples, or I want more detail on that. I mean, you could just keep asking the same questions like they are a person, and they'll give you more detail. It's so funny. I put my name in. And I said, "Who is Matthew Lesko?" and I did this a couple of weeks ago, and I got a great review. Actually, there's some bad stuff in there, of course, but it was nice because it really talked about me helping people and stuff like that. And that's all I want to be known for. And so it was pretty good. The only thing it had wrong about me, it said I was in Brooklyn. I lived, and that was wrong. And I was trying to redo that today, and I couldn't. I get, really, I get good and bad stuff about me, and that's reasonable. I mean, I'm in an industry that I just don't please everybody. I mean, I can't, and people, and because I market so heavily, sometimes people expect it's easy, and that's why here now in Let's Go Help, I don't have to sell easy. I just have to, because we have more time with people. Before, people would see me for a minute on television, and I'm not going to say, if I only have a minute and have to pay $50,000 for a minute of a commercial to, I'm not going to tell you what's bad about me, right? So people have to find out about themselves. I love the guidance you provide. Oh, thanks, Janelle. I want money to repair my home, and I'm asking my county, and they keep telling me they have. Okay, that's okay. No, everybody doesn't have money, but that's one source, and it really depends on where you go in the county too. So in your county, you want to make sure you go to the community development. And again, with the county money, local money, these things come and go. I mean, they'll have a grant for a while, a couple of months or whatever, and then they'll be gone. And maybe in another year or two, they have another one or whatever. Now, I just did a video this morning. Here it is. Okay. And all the links are in the description of this video on home repair. Now, I did this for actually a, for Charity. She's on this chat now too. This is because Charity. She's having real trouble getting this done, and so I took her zip code and I went into it and showed her about 175 places to get it. We'll wear her butt off. Or her fingertips or whatever it is she does all this with, so that's a good one. And really, I think one of the best things we have is Find Help, findhelp.org, for finding nonprofits where you live, because that's what it does. Charity, there she is. Oh, what is that? Oh, a little wink, winky dink. and that's why I love answering questions, because then I learn so much. I mean, Charity taught me a lot when I was doing that, and she's got a lot of work ahead of her. But me, I've been doing this 50 years, so I mean, I have different questions. I have different, and it's hard to sit in your shoes when just starting this. You're overwhelmed and everything. So that's why I love doing it for you. If you want something you never had, you're going to have do something you never did. Absolutely. Right. And that, that's a great phrase. I think you said it once before, and I got to steal that sucker. That's terrific. Yeah, I'm a plagiarizer. Actually, my first New York Times bestseller, I plagiarized a whole book that was for, sold by the government for free. Well, you could get it for free if you knew how. Uh, I think they charged $35 for it, and I cut it down, to from 12,000 pages to about 300 pages, and it became a New York Times bestseller. And that was fun, particularly for a kid like me who flunked English. So I can't write a lick. So you see my research and my all my stuff is typos and screw ups and everything. And I don't have time to correct most of that. I just hoping you get the big picture. And the nuns would flunk me, but I don't work with nuns anymore. I agree with John McBride. Yeah, Rosie, I mean, it's important, and that's why I hope members help other members realizing that. I have a friend who wants to write a book, anything available. Yes, yes. I mean, there's so much. Um, I have a report on that somewhere. If I find it, I will find it. Maybe. Not that. Okay. Not that. Okay. Uh, I, I'm finding it for the writer friend. Okay. Uh, uh, let's see. Money for writers research. Write a book. Rant for writer. Let's see what that is. Yeah, this is good. Uh, okay, here's a. I've written 100 books. Yeah, only 10 made money, and I've been New York publishers myself, all that kind of stuff. But there's lots of ways to do it. But here's a lot of sources that you could send her. You send her this, okay, Rosie? Here's a report. Send her to her and say it's your pleasure to share. That's what I want everybody to do is take their membership and use it to find sources for other people, to help other people and help other people that are members too, whether it's just a little, pat on the back and a vote of confidence or something. We all need that. More people know about this hearing that it from you, the better they can understand how much of a positive impact they can have in their life. I believe, but it's people. I think that's why if you go to um, artificial intelligence and put me, the negative things that people say about me is that it doesn't work all the time. Of course, it doesn't work. I mean, they're just stupid things in my mind, but they don't know because they hear me say something, so they think they can get it easy, and that you could get what I give for free. That's true too. You can get your taxes done for free too, but people pay. So if you want to get yes, that's right. I overcome my fear. Thank you, Rosie. Oh, you are you the writer? No. Oh, fear of rejection. Yes. No, we all have that. And that's why you just make sure if get that list somewhere of things you could call, whether it's on you find help or something like that, and like for starting getting uh, repair grants, and just start calling, and don't just call one or two because you may get two assholes in the first two calls. Oh, I'm never going to call again. And no, say, okay, I'm going to call 10 at least and see what happens. And you may get two, three, maybe four people that are really nice and help you if you're nice. Now, if the first two people you call piss you off and you get angry, and so the third person picks up the phone after you say hello, and you start yelling at them because your tax dollars paid their salary, and you're sick and tired of getting pushed around by government bureaucrats. Man, don't forget that person you called gets paid the same paycheck, whether they hang up on you right after you say hello or if they work for you for free for 2 weeks. So the only thing you have uh, uh, to make that happen is you and your personality, how nice you are to them, how you treat them, things like that. They want to help. It's a natural instinct, and they have the power. I mean, just think if you had a job to give out $10,000 to small businesses all day long. Wow, isn't that great? You're like Santa Claus. That's what they are. I mean, they have great jobs. So they want to give it to somebody nice, not somebody who's miserable and, and doesn't treat them nicely. I mean, Santa will kick you off his lap, right? So that's what you have to remember in doing all that. Oh, another thing I want to make sure everybody knows, and if you have friends that involved in domestic violence or sexual assault, these kind of issues, and uh, we have members that are. We have so many members that say, "Hey, you know, I don't even have a place to live," domestic violence stuff. Well, remember, there's a grant for victims of domestic violence or sexual assault and any kind of crime, but that's considered a crime. You know, a lot of people don't think it is, yeah, but it is. And so you can go to that link there I just got, uh, and they have a state by state listing of the crime victim assistance office where you live in your state. So you can call them, and see, these offices get up to $50,000 they give. It depends on the state you live in, and other things like that. So find out. Find out even if you're eligible or whatever. It's probably just a phone call. Maybe it takes two, three, four. But someone's going to give you 50 grand. You can make 10 calls, can't you? 20. Why not? You know, and it's finding out, you know, what it is, but that's important. And not to start a new life or get on with your life or plug the holes, you know, because people just leave and they don't have any money or income or anything. Do you have a list of where I can start applying for a business grant? Yes. But you don't want to start applying for a business grant. Okay. The most important thing to do when you're looking for money for a business is make appointments with the free business counselors who all they do is help you find money and any other kind of help. But what's more importantly, they'll help you package your idea so you can find money uh, uh, because they know in general what's out there. You know, you don't, and you know you need money, and you're going to go out and look for money. Oh, but you have to do a step before that, and that's what this is. Talk to somebody. That's what all these people are. It's number 3 in that Meta Grants report. All they do all day is help people who are looking for money for a business. Okay, and they help them to get ready for that. What you need. Maybe you don't even need money. You know, because they help people like this all the time. People like you. You're doing it one time, first time. You know, just think if you talk to somebody who did this 100 times, right? It's like a plumber who knows how to do that, fix that toilet. Yes, actually, I just did a report today, $3,000 for people want to start our online businesses. Yeah, and that's local. See, most of the stuff for business really is local. County, uh, city, state, things like that. So you have to start digging around, and some national stuff too for national organizations, stuff like that. But you want to deal with people who already have done, because if you're trying to fix a toilet and never had it before, you'll be, you know, looking at YouTube videos for the next 12 days trying to figure it out and going to the hardware store to get the wrong stuff you got and all that kind of stuff. So somebody who's done it 100 times, they just come in and fix it in 20 minutes, right? Are most of the grant applications company doesn't need a training no? Vicky, that's another one of the big misnomers about grants is that you need a grant writer. That's absolutely. I mean, it may be. I mean, you know, some applications you want $1 million to work on an invention. Yes, you probably need help with that. You want $10,000 for your small business? No, you won't need help for that. You need $20,000, you know, to fix up your roof? No, you won't need help for that. Yeah. The one mostly, and the business grants and the personal grants, you're not going to need help, and don't even worry about it, because if you're looking for help now, first of all, the people who say you need help are the grant writers, and they'll show you. Did you try out a open AI extensions? Like what? Like getting the uh, what did they have something, I think, like hook up websites and pictures and all. Actually, I heard one today you could talk to. You could talk to, hey, sort of like Surrey, but these people give you real answers instead of just the weather. And that's it. So no, you don't need a grant application. What amazes me is that people are going around looking for grant writers and things like that, and they don't even have the application. So it's even more stupid to get a grant writer if you don't know where you're going to apply. So yeah, and that's the hard part. Spending money is easy. We all want to spend money. Oh, I need a grant writer, so I'll spend money on that. Do that first. Don't even have an application. No, you do the hard stuff first, because you're going to have to do it later, sooner or later anyway. So you do always the hard stuff first, and then spend money if you have to. Same way with starting a business. Everybody wants to get an LLC, do all this kind of stuff they think they need or whatever because some expert told you they need it. No, for a business, the only thing you need is a customer. And you're not in business until you figure that out. So figure that out first. You go out and try to find customers for what you want to sell, because you're going to have to do that sooner or later. And the later it is, the more you've spent money doing things that don't matter yet. Maybe they'll matter later, but nothing's going to matter if you don't have a customer. So you do that first. And there's ways to do that. And that's why it's important. I mean, I've started so many businesses, and in the beginning, they failed because they spent money starting them. Then they start succeeding. I never spend money starting them anymore. Yeah, it's silly. I mean, it's easy, and I blame it all on Google. I tell you the truth, because and that's why I like AI now, because it Google. I mean, AI is what Google should have been. A place to go to find information on anything. That's what AI is. You put in the same thing you put in Google. You go to Google and say, I want grant for a business. Fine. You do that for Google, and you'll get a 500,000,000 websites, 500,000 million. I mean, and what are you going to do with that? No, and everybody there wants money from it, and you don't have money. So Google is also okay if you have money. But most of my clients don't. Yeah, I only have a phone, and I'm done with the technology. That's okay, Paul. No, a phone and done with technology is good, because you're going to call people more, than the people who think they could find everything on the internet and just typing in stuff. No, the people who really find things nowadays are the people who talk to people on the phone. Say, hey, I want to do this. What do you think? You have help for me? And they'll say yes or no. And if they say no, you say, okay, then who do you think would have help for something like this I want to do? Now, that sounds stupid to say, but no, it's not stupid, because the people, at least we give you a call, are people who answer those questions all day long. They do that as a living. So you're reading the chat? Yeah, openai.com. Yeah, that's it. See, that's where you put in, I want a grant for business. Because then, I mean, every time I do it, they tell you the real. And I've been studying this stuff for 48 years. And I know, what smells right, what smells wrong on this stuff. And they're right on target, better sometimes. Like little extra stuff that shouldn't be in there, but that's fine. But they're right on target. And these are the people. Everything in there is exactly people who are in business to give you grants and not charge you. You can't get that from Google. You can't. And the problem is Google is a fire hose, overwhelm you with all this stuff, and you'll get so tired and you just give up and give somebody money thinking they're going to solve your problem, and they won't. Is there a direct link to the state 500 mini grant? Yes, and the Monster. The Monster report is up on top, Charles. I just put it in when I first started to chat. There's a link to it up there. And the 500 report, go up on the top of any page, there'll be a search where you put search. And I just put 500 in that search bar, and it'll come to the page where it has a state by state list of all the 500 mini grants. Now, the 500 mini grants, I think is the best. Well, at least I think. It's better than Monster Report. It's better than the Mega Report or even the service or whatever. It is every state the best places to start to get help for all the major problems in life. One is bills and expenses, or starting a business, or getting an education, or healthcare, or legal help. All these things. It's all, hey, these are the top places to start looking for help. And what you do is you grab those, start calling them, and say, hey, I need help. And if they say, can't help you, buddy, then you say, hey, you know, who else do you think could help me? Now, the young man with the phone who didn't have, oh, Paul. Yeah, see, that's why you got a phone. Go up, get that 500 mini reports, and the main problems you have up there, the 5 or 6, you know, you need a job, then okay, the section there on jobs and grant training, job training and everything, you just start calling and ask for help. Say, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. Can you help me? And it's yes or no. I mean, that's, you don't have to pretend you know. You don't have to know the jargon. You don't have to know anything. How can I get the $10,000 grant? Well, which $10,000 grant? It sounds like maybe you read a headline of mine. Yes, I mean, that's a report. If you look at that video, if you're talking about the video I did on a whole bunch of $10,000 grants, all the grants are listed in the description. If you go in the description, you'll have all the grants there that I talk about. Now, there's special grants in certain areas of the country. They're not for everywhere. See, most of this stuff is local. That's why when you call us, we show you where to go locally to find stuff like that. Okay. And that's what it's all about. That's why the 500 mini grant is like that. Okay, it's local. It's by your state. Okay, so you want to start a business in your state. Okay, these are the places you start contacting and to get help to start a business in your state. And it may be all kinds of grants, because we can't keep track of like all the $10,000 grants, because it changes every day. It can't. I mean, we have to have a budget bigger than NASA to be able to do that, and it would be out of date anyway. I mean, it's chasing your tail. If you learn the system, that we're teaching, to go, what offices help with that problem, because they're changing their programs every day. I mean, grants now are lasting a couple of days and they're gone. And then another one comes up in a couple of days and they're gone. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, so that they're there. If you live in that area with one of those. I mean, and Naomi from Denver, cool city. Yeah, one of the important cities, I guess, in the last number of years. This is this old man has to get up and answer your questions in the morning. That's what I do all day, is ask questions or research. Look at this. I don't know if you saw this. The cost of owning a car has gone up to what is it? It's like 12,000. Yeah, 12,000 miles. $12,000 or $1,000 a month to have a car. Wow, that's almost like rent, isn't it? That's why people live in their car. Yeah, $12,000. Futurepedia. IO. What's that, John? Futurepedia. IO. I think that's for some island somewhere, and people use it because it sounds like high tech stuff. Yeah. So the cost of cars is rising a lot. Well, the cost of everything is going. Amazon is giving grants for housing. How do you like that? It's actually where they have business where they have all the employees or whatever. See what happens, Amazon's coming to town raising the price of housing. So it's cutting more people out of the market. So they're giving grants for people to buy houses in the areas that they have uh, uh, facilities with fees and transit. SUNY expands program to aid students with fees and transit costs. Oh, that's right, yeah. Well, investment 2000. Oh, yeah, they're good. SUNY, this is a college. They're having grants available for students to pay for extra fees and transportation and stuff like that. And they're allocating $2,000 in grants for every student. Wow. This is the kind of society we live in. So we don't know what to ask for, particularly if you're older like me, man. You grew up with a certain set of principles and thoughts and belief, and it's a different out there. You can't. That's why you got to go out and find out what's out there. You have to be like a scout in the army. You know, you go out and scout. You know, you find out what's out there, and you come back and tell the general, the good guys are over here, and it looks like there's an opportunity over there, or whatever. So you got to go out and scout the landscape. You can't believe what you think you know, because what you think you know, largest AI tools. Right? Oh, I see. Oh, cool. Updated it. You think you know, and you don't. I don't, and I study this stuff all the time. That's why it's knowing how to find out is what it's all about. Thank you, Mr. Well, I do. Are you? Well, Pamela, thank you. I don't think I am. I just struggling through life like everybody else. And nobody has a magic wand or um, anything more than most of other people. And we all have problems. We're all struggling in life. And I think what I'm trying to do is, at least here is get a place that other people realize everybody else is struggling like that. And so that we encourage other people to just keep trying, because I think that's the name of the game, is trying. Again, uh, nobody has a magic, thing. What worked for one person may or may not work for somebody else. Let's go. I had a lease car. I found donated cars around there, but not in Denver. I shared it with a nonprofit community in the area. Oh, great. Okay. Now, if you go look for cars, look and find help. I just did this for a member. Findhelp.org and search cars and see if anything comes up where you are, and then look at item number 4 of that in the monster report. And that's for free cars, and there are a lot of national things in there too that will help you. So they're the two places, and then we have uh, on the left-hand side on Let's Go Help Too, see the link for grants. Okay, there are grants. Oh, you did? Oh, good. Because we have a grant on the 20th of the month for cars. It's only $500. We'll get you somewhere. But also look at, cars and transportation, because cars is getting your own car. Well, and find help. Also put transportation, because if you just need transportation once in a while, there are free services too that may be available in your area to take advantage of there. So if you don't have a car, you could use one of these free transportation services, and that's good to know about. So you can use 211 also, or I like Find Help better, but that's biased. Okay, I'm wearing down, guys. I've been doing this since, oh God, it's about 7 this morning. But I stopped and I ran for about 2 hours. I walk. I do 6 miles a day. My need for a car is due to safety reasons. Yeah, you better. Okay, good night, guys. Thank you for having such kind words for me. There's nothing better in life. So, just treat everybody as well as you can. Like Charity, she just gives me words that just make me float along for a while. So thank you for the angel wings, Charity. Oh, I don't know why that's hard to conceive. That's awfully nice to hear. I'm a junkie for it, but I know it's senior down in veteran area in Vietnam. Me too. Um, I love things and kind of, oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. I got 11 years on you. Okay. Thank you, everybody.